Welcome back to Bancroft, folks. We got the third and final matchup of today's Triangle Series coming up between those guys entering today's contest 8-1 and Lonsdale, the Aces of Lonsdale, just coming off a loss 5-4 in the bottom of the seventh to the Fairmont Martins. So the Martins split today. Those guys looking to go 2-0, and Lonsdale trying to split for today's Triangle Series. The umpires making their way towards the game. Earlier today, those guys defeated Fairmont 9-3 as the bats erupted late in the game. That was played first today here from Memorial Park, highlighted by a couple of home runs, just mammoth shots to center field and right field from Arthur Sells and Brendan Doherty, our 3 and 4 hitters respectively. So we're hoping for more bigger and better things here in the nightcap for those guys trying to make it 8 wins in a row. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups. First for the Lonsdale Aces, leading off at shortstop, number 2, Marty Kalina. Batting second in center field, number 7, Ross Beamer. Batting third and pitching today for Lonsdale, number 18, Dan Turner. Batting cleanup in right field, number 3, Jack Skluzasek, That's going to be a fun one to say. Batting fifth at third base for Lonsdale, number 24, Devin Vazepka. Batting sixth and catching, number 58, Trevor Schmaker. Batting seventh at first base, number 11, Brad Davis. Batting eighth in left field, number 13, Jordan Yetzer. And batting ninth at second base, number 14, Cade Redmond. Once again, the starting pitcher, Dan Turner, batting third for Lonsdale. He'll be wearing the black jerseys and the white pants. Looks like they'll be the away team despite being in the home dugout along the third base side. So let's go ahead once again meet the starting lineups for what I believe to be the home team. Those guys in blue. Leading off for his second game for the boys in blue at second base out of Parkland Community College, Trevor Burkhardt had a great game going 2 for 4 earlier today. Titan Shahidi bats second and plays right field in this one. Batting third at third base, Brendan Doherty out of Bradley University. Batting cleanup at first base out of Morehead State, Arthur Sells. Batting fifth in center field out of Harding University, Chris Witzke. Batting sixth at shortstop, Sam Olson. Batting seventh in left field, Javon Mason out of Iowa Western. Batting eighth, designated hitter, graduate now of Doane University, Aaron Cowboy Mason. Batting ninth, doing the catching out of Briar Cliff, Connor Lang. We'll be getting both games today. Now the sole catcher on those guys. And pitching, making his return to Bancroft out of Benedictine University at Mesa, Tyler Jacobson. Very excited to have him back on the mound. Already has 3 innings of work with 6 strikeouts earlier this summer. Umpires make their way towards the plate. Another 7-inning contest straight ahead. Be sure to stay tuned. We got those guys taking on Lonsdale for more amateur baseball, coming to you live from beautiful Bancroft, Iowa, here tonight. Going back to Bancroft as Jacobson finishes his warm-up pitches. We're just about set for the first pitch of today's third and final contest of a triangle series between the Fairmont Martins and these two teams playing now. Those guys from Bancroft and the Lonsdale Aces. Once again, leading things off, Marty Kalina wearing number 2 in the black and white for Lonsdale. The shortstop leading things off. And again, Lonsdale lost, and they come from behind victory against Fairmont just a few moments ago, about a half an hour ago to be exact, as Jacobson rifles a fastball in there for strike 1, and we're underway for some Saturday night baseball from Bancroft. 77 degrees we got right now. Beautiful evening as swing and a miss, strike 2, Jacobson picking up right back where he left off just a couple of weeks ago. Looked like he was in mid-season form already there. Had another good spring back at Benedictine. 4-1 his record on the mound. 39 innings, had 32 strikeouts and a 2.7 ERA. So 1-2 count now to start off Kalina. Jacobson from the wind, the pitch, and swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 1. Strikeout number 1 for Jacobson. With one away, nobody on, we got a left-handed batter away, number 7, Ross Beamer, out of center field. Going to try and get things going for Lonsdale here at the top of the first. Jacobson from the windup. Fastball in there, taken for strike 1. Good pitch. And a fairly good turnout today from Fairmont and Lonsdale crowds. Very happy to be hosting them, as well as all the other Minnesota teams on the weekends here in Bancroft. Every day, get 2 games from those guys, 7 innings apiece. One thing that's been consistent, great baseball. 0-2 the count, and this one skied to left field. Javon Mason trying to track it down in foul territory, and he makes the grab. Good range from the new player for those guys, Javon Mason, running all the way to foul territory and making the grab on the run for out number 2. So those guys have been playing very sharp. Again, that first day splitting 1-1 between New Ulm and Fairmont. But since then, the bats have really picked up in a nice way. Earlier today, we saw a great game between us and Fairmont. First pitch to Dan Turner, misses low. 9-3 the final score earlier, and a win over Fairmont to rectify that loss earlier this year. Fairmont came back from behind and beat Lonsdale, splitting on the day 1-1 as this pitch gets fouled back. 2 down, nobody on base, and we got the pitcher, Dan Turner, batting third in the order, as he did earlier for Lonsdale, trying to battle off against Jacobson. 1-1. This one, swing and a miss, strike 2. Jacobson, just such a dominant pitcher. Let's see what he does here ahead in the count. Fourth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Jacobson from the windup and just missing high ball 2. Likes to throw up with 2 strikes, and a lot of times it works out in his favor. Usually getting the letters and getting guys to chase at the shoulders, but not that time. 2-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. Blows the heater by him for strike 3 and his second strikeout of the inning to put away the Aces of Lonsdale. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Those guys coming to bat, still scoreless. Two Parkland Community College boys will lead things off for those guys. Trevor Burkhart, Tynan Shahidi, and Brendan Doherty due up here in the bottom of the first, still scoreless. Burkhart going 2 for 4 earlier today. 333 hitter out of Parkland Community College, as mentioned. A year ago, 7 home runs and 45 stolen bases, so he looks like an electrifying player as he skies this one to straightaway right field, and not a problem for Skluzasic to track that one down, make the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up his Parkland Community College teammate, Tynan Shahidi. Following the flyout, Shahidi went 2 for 4 as well earlier today. Looking for another big game from him. He's been one of the most consistent bats in the lineup nonetheless. 1 on, nobody. 1 down, nobody on base. Go to Shahidi. Turner, the pitcher, from the windup, missing on a fastball that time, missing high, ball 1. One of the top throwers for Lonsdale, so we should see some good pitching in this one, but Shahidi looking to get things going for the boys in blue. The 1-0 pitch. This one also upstairs, ball 2. Very good game for those guys offensively. 12 base hits and 9 runs scored earlier today. Let's hope he can carry it over after getting to sit back and take a little of extended period off. But Turner this time missing in the dirt, ball 3. So he'll start off Shahidi 3-0, way ahead in the count. See if he has a green light in his approach or if he'll take here. Get that timing down. Turner back in the windup and the delivery. And inside, ball 4. Shahidi walks on 4 pitches and heads to first base. For Brendan Doherty, 1 for 4, but you really should have seen the home run he had to right field. Almost cleared the shed, but if not just drilling it. And that is an impressive feat with that giant net out there. Got to be at least 50 feet past the right field wall. So Doherty got all of that one. Let's see if he can find another pitch to drive in his first at-bat in game number 3 today. This one, another pitch well inside from Turner, ball 1. Making that 5 in a row now. After Shahidi walks, he's on first. 1 down still for those guys. Still looking for our first base hit of the game. Still early. The 1-0 pitch from Turner. And this one just nabs the low inside corner for strike 1. Turner trying to build off of that, trying to settle back in the zone. Let's see if he does here. 1-1 to Doherty. Turner sets at the belt. Kicks and fires. Doherty grounded right back up the middle. Could be trouble, and it's into center field. There's the first base hit of the game, and Shahidi heads up base running, will take third base. Rounding second on a ground ball right back up the middle for Doherty's second hit of the day. Good piece of hitting, and that'll bring up Arthur Sells. Already hit his second home run on the summer earlier. A very strong hitter. Let's see what he can do here. Runners at the corners, still 1 down. I think this is the man you want up here with less than 2 outs. Runner on third. He has done nothing but deliver as of late with runners in scoring position. Had a tremendous weekend at the plate a week ago. First pitch, and he'll take this one on the outer half. Strike 1. Not a bad pitch to take on the first one. Less than 2 strikes. You really should just be looking for your pitch to drive. And Sells can easily do that. 0-1. Doherty leads off first. Shahidi at third. The pitch. And he'll leave this one just above the letters, ball 1. Arthur Sells hitting .366 with 10 home runs at Morehead State last year. Not hard to see why such a powerful bat. Does well with the wood, too. 1-1. Here's the pitch. This one hit the other way, high and deep, and looks like it's going to tail foul and into the bullpen of Lonsdale out in right field. That's a long strike 2. So now Sells going to have to expand a little bit. Still trying to find a gap or hit it deep to bring in Shahidi from third. With 1 away here. Turner from the stretch and gets an off-speed past Sells, missing for strike 3. But Doherty steals second to bring home Shahidi on the throwdown from Schmaker. Sells strikes out. Doherty steals second, and Shahidi comes around to score. Good heads-up base running leads to our first run of the game in favor of those guys. Looks like Kieran trying to appeal a potential balk. I don't think it's going to get it, just an explanation here. Well, now we got 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Chris Witzke, the batter. And it looks like that run's not going to score. Nor Doherty. He'll be at first base still. So kind of confusing here. We'll have to take away that run scored. So we're back to scoreless now. Move the runners back. Second pitch of this at-bat misses, ball 1. 1-1 in the count now. Still 2 down. And we're back to runners at first and third. Must have been something on the backswing from Sells. Perhaps interference to bring Doherty back to first. But luckily not out number 3 along with that. And this one misses, ball 2. 2-1 count. So now we're getting the explanation. Backswing caused the interference on the run down to second. So instead of calling out number 3, they got the runners back to first and third. And now it's up to Chris Witzke with a 2-1 count to bring Shahidi home from third a second time. This one misses high, ball 3. And a 3-1 hitters count for the dual player out of Harding University and our center fielder and 5-hitter for those guys. 3-1 count to Witzke. Middle back, corners in. Doherty takes off for second. Ball 4. No stolen base for Doherty this time. And Witzke will walk to first. And load the bases up for Sam Olson. Solid day at the plate, game number 1, reaching base multiple times. A walk and a single. 1 for 2 earlier today. Two down, runners at all bags here. Bases loaded. And a big at-bat for Olson. Turner from the stretch. And here's the first pitch. This one going to miss high. Ball 1. Don't forget, we still got 2 more games for you tomorrow between those guys and the Greyhounds of Austin, Minnesota. Bringing in another amateur team from north of the border. First pitch scheduled for 2:30. Be sure to stay tuned for that. 1-0 pitch to Olson. Swung on. Hit in the air to left field. The left fielder dives. Not going to get it. It's down for a base hit. Olson going to go to second. And the bases are going to be cleared. 3 runs scored on a 3-run double from Sam Olson. Set him up and knock him in. Olson doubles down the line to left for 3 RBIs. Ahead in the count 1-0, and he just sends a pitch deep to left. Looks like Jordan Yetzer might have had the sun in his eyes, but he was able to stay with it. Had laid out for a very good attempt on a dive. Just couldn't quite get to it. Now we go to Javon Mason. Takes the first pitch on the corner, low and outside, strike 1. Now Mason made his debut earlier today, going 2 for 2, reaching base all 3 times at the plate on a walk and 2 singles. See what he does here in his first at-bat against Lonsdale. 0-1 pitch from Turner. And he'll hold off. Good load, good anticipation, but doesn't pull the trigger. Lets it go by for strike 2. Oh, 2 count now. And the pitch. Curveball broke late, and Mason set on it just well enough and sends it out foul. Still an 0-2 count. After fouling that pitch off, doing a good job wasting it. Mason still looking to battle here. Turner resets at the belt. Here's the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Mason grounds this one towards third. A long throw for the third baseman, and coming off the bag. It'll be E5 on the throw. Not a bad one. That's why third base is the toughest position, if you ask me. Devin Vazepka did a great job fielding that hard-hit ground ball, but couldn't capitalize on the throw. And Olson's going to take third on the throw, so we now got runners at first and third for Aaron Cowboy Mason. 1 for 2 earlier today. Running good barrels on the ball. See if he can come through with 2 down. First pitch well outside, ball 1. Mason, a top bat for Doane University, once again making his return since the first weekend here in Bancroft. Would have been his 3rd year as a Bandit had that season not been canceled. 1-0. Swung on to the left side. Could be trouble. Shortstop trying to make a play. Mason there in time. The third base hit of the day. It's going to be an RBI single, and Mason will reach third all the way from first. A good half inning here for those guys as they keep things going all the way to our 9-hitter, Connor Lang. Following the RBI single from Mason. Lang had a good day at the plate earlier today. Had a sacrifice bunt, an RBI single, going 1 for 2. The load's heavy on him now as the lone catcher left on those guys' roster. First at-bat in game number 3 here today for him. Catcher out of Briarcliff. Takes this one to the dirt. It's a wild pitch. And that'll bring Javon Mason home to score. Aaron Mason taking second. And those guys now lead Lonsdale 5-0 here in the bottom of the first. And with Tyler Jacobson pitching as well as he usually does and showing 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, 1-2-3, those guys could be in good shape here as Lang ropes this one to left field on a line drive. They're going to hold Aaron Mason up at third. But there's their 4th base hit of the inning. And we go back to the top of the order with Trevor Burkhart. Batting through the order here in the bottom of the first will bring in Jacob Wesselman to bat for his Charger teammate Lang. Second base hit on the day for him. He's starting to put it together nicely at the plate as of late. Very happy he's making the trip all the way from Missouri Valley here to northern Iowa. Burkhart steps in 0 for 1, looking to keep things going here. Mason on at third. Wesselman, the courtesy runner, on at first. First pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Indeed, 4 base hits this inning so far. 2 down, 1 error on Lonsdale. And those guys looking very sharp recently. And here in this inning alone. 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air towards right field. And once again, no problem for the right fielder, Skluzasik. And that'll do it here for the bottom of the first inning. 5 runs scored for those guys on 4 base hits. 1 error, 1 walk. Actually make that 2 walks. And 2 runners left on base. Tyler Jacobson coming out for the top of the second inning. And we've got 4, 5, 6 due up for Lonsdale. Welcome back to Bancroft. Top of the second inning we go with Jack Skluzasik. Got a few putouts there in the bottom of the first. He'll be leading things off from the cleanup hole for Lonsdale. We got Devin Vasepka and Trevor Schmaker due up for the Aces. Black jerseys, white pants. Those guys in the blue jerseys, white pants. And the home team. Big swing and a miss here to start off. Skluzasik in his first at-bat of game number 3 today. Jacobson just looking to pick up right back where he left off. He's already in a zone. Rifles a fastball. Just a bit too inside there. Skluzasik just jerks out of the way for ball 1. A 1-1 delivery. Fastball, just a foul tip. And strike 2. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter for all of our updates with our schedule, our players, and our results from these games. For those guys now 8-1 on the summer, winning their 7th in a row earlier today over Fairmont. 1-2. Hit deep to left field. Sounded good off the bat, just right at Javon Mason, unfortunately for Skluzasik. Lining out to deep left field for out number 1. A well-batted ball. Sounded just great off the bat. Nonetheless, 1 down. Still nobody on here. Top of the second, we go to the 5-hitter, Devin Vasepka, third baseman. The pitch swung on, missed. Just getting a piece of that fastball. Strike 1. Second pitch of the at-bat. Fastball right down the pipe, strike 2. Jacobson quickly working ahead, 0-2 in the count. Wasting little time from the windup, gets him upstairs. That's vintage Jacobson. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And again, with 2 strikes, he goes high. And that time Vasepka bit on the bait. And that's out number 2 here. Trevor Schmaker, the catcher, we go. Fastball, strike 1 taken. Jacobson's just got to be a very tough pitcher to hit against. Got to watch him all summer last year at Carroll. Or if there were such an award, Jacobson surely would have been pitcher of the year for Carroll. Led them all the way to the championship before Michael Kieran's Bancroft Bandits won the league title, but Jacobson certainly made the Bandits earn it in that game. 1-2 the count now after a taken strike 2 from Schmaker. The 5th pitch of the at-bat, make that the 4th. Nonetheless, it's taken for strike 3, and Tyler Jacobson back in a zone. Strikes out another pair of batters. He has 4 after the top of the second inning. We played 1.5 here from Bancroft. And those guys lead Lonsdale 5-0 as they come back to bat. To the bottom of the second inning we go, with Tynan Shahidi leading things off, walking back in the first and scoring the first of 5 runs, all of those with 2 outs. So good job for those guys getting a 2-out rally to work ahead 5-0 over Lonsdale. Shahidi skies this one to the right side. It's going to carry out of play towards a dirt pile close to the maintenance shed here at Memorial Park. 0-1 count now for Shahidi to work with. Second pitch of the at-bat, and fastball in the black just a little bit far off the plate for ball 1. Dan Turner still the pitcher here for Lonsdale. No action in the bullpen yet. He's going to try to limit the damage to those guys here, as this one misses just a little bit too high and outside. Ball 2. Still not a bad spot. Got a 2-1 count now. Tynan Shahidi. He's had a lot of success so far as the number 2 hitter for those guys, and he hits this one high to left field. It's carrying, but it looks like Yetzer makes the catch on the run. A well-hit ball and in the sun. Not a bad piece of hitting there from Shahidi, but he flies out to left for out number 1. We go to Brendan Doherty. He singled to center field back in the first. Already getting his second at-bat of the game here. Got to go back to the last video, try to track down Doherty's home run against Fairmont. That thing was crushed. Out of here, no doubt. Let's see what he does here. Second at-bat. Stepping in 1 for 1. Takes that pitch for strike 1. Turner back in the windup. Nice breaking ball there. It'll just run over the middle of the plate for strike 2. Very good movement. Third pitch on the way to Doherty. Fastball. Trying to paint the corner. Low and outside. Taking ball 1 from Brendan Doherty. Not a bad spot there with 2 strikes for Turner. Almost executing with 2 strikes there. Instead, still 1-2 now. Turner quickly back in the windup. And the pitch. Doherty laces this one into the parking lot. Hooking that one foul with 2 strikes. But again, he caught a barrel. Look out. Fifth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Doherty laces it. This time down the right field line and fair. Second base hit for Brendan Doherty here. Now 2 for 2. Now go into Arthur Sells. Struck out back in the first. Looking for redemption here. So he has his pitch to hit as Turner goes from the stretch now. The at-bat gets him chasing outside on a pitch, strike 1. Swung on and missed, as that looked like it might have been a slider that just kept carrying away from Sells. Couldn't hold off on a big swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 now. Cleanup man at the plate. Second pitch of the at-bat. Fastball in the black. Not a bad spot, taking ball 1. One and 1 is the count here. The pitch. Sells. Big swing and a miss there for strike 2. Doherty takes off for second. It might be caught in a rundown now. And he slides down back into first safely. Maybe tried to draw a balk. Instead, Turner kept his cool. Almost got Doherty in a rundown instead. Second baseman Cade Redmond ran Doherty all the way back to first base through late, and they couldn't connect. Doherty's still alive here. 1 down, and Sells at the plate with a 1-2 count. Turner fires from the stretch, and Sells goes with this one into right. That's going to be down for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for Doherty and Sells. Great hitting for those guys so far here today as their 6th base hit following the 2 back-to-back from Doherty and Sells. And we go to Chris Witzke. He walked to load him up for Sam Olson back in the 1st, which really broke things open here on a 3-run double. So Witzke going to try to jump on the sticks here. First pitch of his at-bat, outside, ball 1. Good discipline there. Witzke finding success this summer as the 5-hitter, usually starting out in center field. 1-0. Let's this one ride inside, ball 2. Gets ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 from Turner. Fastball in the black and high, ball 3. And Witzke might not be having much to swing at here in his first 2 at-bats. Walking back in the 1st with base runners on 2nd and 3rd and walked then. 3-0 pitch here, and he'll watch that one go by 2 for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Witzke, and this is familiar territory for Sam Olson. Bases loaded. 1 down, and we're going to have a quick mound visit here. Not sure if Turner might be done yet. We haven't seen anybody else warming up. Could just be a direct change. No designated hitters, so that might be the case to bring in a position player and just have Turner take over elsewhere defensively. Don't want to take your number 3 bat out of the lineup. Break the mound visit here at 7:21. Playing under the dusk now as this got a nice shade casting over from the grandstand at 76 degrees. Beautiful night for baseball here on June the 20th, 2020 here. Just very happy to be playing once again here in Bancroft. Olson steps back in. He doubled. Brought home 3 runs on a 1-0 count. Let's see what he does here. With the first pitch from Turner. Fastball popped him up in foul territory towards first base, and they're going to make the grab this time on the first pitch of the at-bat. Olson's going to pop out to first base, so we'll go to Javon Mason. 2 away here, base is still loaded. Mason's reached base every time he's stepped in the box thus far. Last time on an error, on a throw by the 3rd baseman. See if he can bring home some runs, as this one is going to be blocked low by Schmaker on a pitch in the dirt, taking ball 1. 1-0 count for Javon Mason. Still on his first day as a member of those guys. And the second pitch of the at-bat. Mason crushes this one to deep right center. Past the center fielder. Could be trouble. And it's down. One hopping the fence. And right center. Mason's going to be rounding second. Heading for third. And there's a 3 RBI triple for Javon Mason. Making it now 8-0. That ball was crushed. And once again, with bases loaded, one of those guys delivers. And that time, that guy was Javon Mason. Short hopping the fence in deep right center to bring home all 3 runners. We go back now to Aaron Cowboy Mason. 1 for 1, had an RBI. And it's familiar territory for him once again. Last time, single to left. 8-0 already for those guys, and they have quickly picked up right back where they left off. late in the game against Fairmont. 0-1 pitch on the way to Mason as this one popped up and drifting backwards, foul. So Cowboy already looking for his second straight base hit. He's 1 for 1 already, 1 for 2 earlier today. Having a nice return this summer thus far in Bancroft. And the 0-2 pitch, just missing that one. A good breaking ball from Turner. And that'll be out number 3. Another good inning for those guys here in the bottom of the second. 3 runs on 3 base hits and a walk. Makes it 8-0. Jacobson coming back out to pitch for those guys. Top of the third coming up. After 2 completed, still those guys leading 8-0 over the Lonsdale Aces. The top of the third inning is where we're at. Jacobson pitching against Brad Davis, Jordan Yetzer, and Cade Redmond. All of them getting their first at-bats here in each of these teams' second game. Another 7-inning contest. Wonder if we'll see a 10-run rule. Already seen that once earlier this year. This pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. As Jacobson blows the heater by Davis, the first baseman. Second pitch, the at-bat. Hit the air towards left field, and it's down fair. And there's the first base hit of the game for Lonsdale. Line drive taken the other way. Another fastball that time. He just sat back, read it, and threw the end of the bat at it. Good piece of hitting from Davis. He singles to left. Now it'll leave us a runner on first. Nobody out for the left fielder, Jordan Yetzer, to track down a lot of hard hit balls already early in this game. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 1. Impressive piece of hitting for Davis against a pitcher like Jacobson. Ground ball could spell 2. Runner on first, play at second or first. This one fouled straight back and out. Strike 2. Third pitch of the at-bat on the way. Crushed to deep center field. Actually, it might be routine fly ball towards right center. Witzke tracks it down. Still well hit. And corralled, caught for out number 1 to retire Yetzer. F8 for out number 1 to bring up Cade Redmond, the second baseman. Got some pitching in the second game of this triangle against Fairmont. First pitch of the at-bat. Redmond takes a fastball, strike 1. Came in for the starter, Phil Tisdall, who pitched very well for Lonsdale earlier today in game number 2. 0-1 to Redmond. Takes that pitch just low for ball 1. Quick pickoff attempt. Not a hard throw, just to hold Davis there, the first baseman. 1-1 count, one down. It's an 8-0 contest. Those guys ahead of Lonsdale thus far. Looking great so far. It's maybe the best day of baseball we've had. They were challenged earlier. Fairmont got off to a great start offensively, scoring 3 runs in the first 3 innings. And Ben Olson came in, did a great job to pick up a save as this one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Out number 2 for Jacobson's 5th strikeout through 9 hitters faced. We'll go back to the top of the order for Marty Kalina, the shortstop, number 2 for the Aces of Lonsdale. Another Minnesota team here playing the Austin Greyhounds tomorrow. And another Iowa versus Minnesota battle. Jacobson paints the corner, that time taken for strike 1. Fastball low and away to Kalina. 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Second pitch of the at-bat in the dirt on a break. Lang makes a good block on that one. Taking it for ball 1. One count now. Jacobson from the stretch. Fastball inside, taking strike 2. 1-2 count now. Jacobson from the stretch. Curveball. Just missing a hair inside, ball 2. Not a bad spot, but rode the chalk inside. And that'll even up the count now at 2-2. Fifth pitch of the at-bat, grounded, chopped foul towards third base dugout. Count will stay at 2-2. 6-pitch at-bat so far for Kalina. And the pitch. Fastball just inside. Taken for ball 3, full count now. And just a quick pickoff attempt and nobody even covering. Wasn't a wholehearted one from Jacobson, just holding him on. Davis at first. It's a full count now to Kalina. The pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. And he's going to battle to stay alive here. Another payoff pitch coming up. And an 8-pitch at-bat for Kalina. So doing a good job getting deep in this one. Jacobson keeping the pace up here from the stretch. 3-2, grounded towards Olson as short. Sits on it, scoops it, and the throw to first in time for out number 3. So after that inning, we had no runs on 1 hit. 1 strikeout. 1 runner left stranded. 2-3-4 will be due up for Lonsdale at the top of the 4th inning. But we're here in the bottom of the 3rd. Connor Lang will be leading things off. 9-1-2 due up for those guys. Connor Lang steps in 1 for 1, singling back in the first. He was left stranded on base, and he'll be leading off here in the bottom of the third. Dan Turner out of the windup. This pitch missing upstairs, ball 1. To the catcher from Briar Cliff. Batted above 300 there for his freshman season. He's an all-state player out of Missouri Valley, as well as an all-star, part of that all-star series at the end of the season for the seniors. So good job for him getting those accolades early. Leads 2-0 in the count here for Turner. A pitch, still upstairs for ball 3. Turner trying to settle back down. Haven't seen anybody else warming up throwing thus far for Lonsdale. Those guys still leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the third. Nobody on, nobody out. Fourth pitch in there for strike 1. Connor Lang still a hitter's count for him. He could be looking base hit, ball 4 approach here. Should still nonetheless be looking for one pitch to drive. And here it is. High for ball 4. Lang reaches base safely for the second straight time this game. That's the 4th walk given up by Turner, and Wesselman will come back into courtesy run. Trevor Burkhart still looking for his first base hit in the second game of today for those guys. Wesselman will be leading off first. Turner out of the stretch. And the pitch. Fastball at the letters, taken strike 1. So Turner going to try to settle back in here after the leadoff walk to Lang. It's an 0-1 count now for Burkhart. The pitch taken. This time just slightly above the letters, ball 1. Third pitch of the at-bat to Burkhart, and blowing outside, pass ball. Wesselman will take second. Lonsdale still searching for their first out here. And those guys already got a runner standing across the diamond from Trevor Burkhart. 2 for 4 earlier today, 0 for 2 thus far, looking just straighten one out, flying out to right field twice. Both of those at-bats back in the first inning. Fourth pitch, the at-bat, swung on, ripped right back up the middle. And a nice base hit. They're going to hold Wesselman up at third. Nobody holding Burkhart on at first. And there's another hit given up by Turner, the 8th base hit of the game thus far for those guys. They are really starting to put it together offensively. And we'll go now to Tynan Shahidi. Stepping in 0 for 1, hard fly out back in the second. Walking in the first, went 2 for 4 earlier today. First pitch to Shahidi. Skips to the plate, and good dirt ball read for Burkhart to take second. And a good block from Schmaker to not let it go to the backstop. 1-0 count for Shahidi, 2 ducks in the pond, or a runner on third and second for him. No outs. 1-0 pitch. High for ball 2. Two-0 hitters count here for Shahidi. Turner out of the stretch. This one misses outside for ball 3. And when those guys have the bases loaded today, look out. Last time up, it was Javon Mason bringing them all home, but it could be that way for Doherty next. Still in the count here, 3-0 for Shahidi at the plate. Turner from the stretch. And this one misses outside for ball 4. Shahidi walks to first to bring up Brendan Doherty. And it looks like this might be it for Turner. Bases loaded, 8 runs, no outs. It's an 8-0 ball game. It looks like we're going to be seeing the second baseman, Cade Redmond, coming in to pitch for Lonsdale. Bases are going to be loaded for Brendan Doherty. Still no outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Doherty misses low and outside, and it looks like the new pitcher is Brad Davis coming in from first base, moving Skluzasik over there to first, and this one's going to miss in the dirt on a pass ball for ball 2, and Wesselman will come in to score from third. From a bases loaded situation, we now got Shahidi on at second, Burkhardt on at third. That'll move Dan Turner over to short. After the starting pitcher, he loaded him up. We got 9-0 now. Those guys getting the first run in of the inning here. Still runners on second and third for Doherty. Not bad velo from Davis thus far. Throws this one, and Doherty just a little far out in front of that one. Gets a piece of it, though. Fouls it straight back for strike one. 2-1 count now. Fourth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Davis from the windup. He fires a curveball, and it misses right out of the hands high for ball 3. Easily read taking there. A 3-1 count for Doherty. 2 for 2 thus far this game. Looking for another hit here. Pops this one up. Out of play for strike 2. So on the day, Doherty 1 for 4 earlier today. 3-run home run. 2 for 2 in this game. He's looking for another base hit. Already swinging away anything close. A base hit, ball 4 approach for him. Payoff pitch, curveball, high for ball 4 taken. That'll load him right back up for Arthur Sells. A dangerous hitter up at the plate now with bases loaded. Sells got a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2. Redeeming himself from that strikeout, but now he's looking for some ribbies once again. From the windup, Davis fires. Curveball breaks in there late for strike 1. Good pitch from him. Looking to settle in after a wild pitch, scores another run for those guys. Bases once again loaded. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball low and inside, ball 1. Still a 9-0 contest here. Nobody out in the bottom of the third. The pitch to Sells. Hits this one high. It's going to be heading towards shallow right. And they make the grab. And Burkhart in there. Good hustle from him. Making that 10-0. One down here. It's a 10-0 game. Again, apologies on the scoreboard. Witzke now the batter. And the pitch. Pitch in the black there taken for strike 1. The outer half, maybe a couple inches off the plate. Still not a bad one there, but also not a bad pitch to take with no strikes. It's 0-1 now for Witzke. This one low and outside, ball 1. Shoemaker's going to head out to the mound here. It's a 10-0 contest. Wonder if there's going to be a 10-run rule at some point in this game. But still, after the sacrifice fly from Sells, it's just 1 down. Those guys dominating the aces thus far. This one, painting the corner, low and outside for strike 2. And Witzke still trying to add to the lead here. Here's the 1-2 pitch, missing outside for ball 2. Two. This one below the knees, taken, ball 3. Full count now for the left-hander out of Humboldt. Payoff pitch on the way from the stretch, missing for ball 4. To once again load up the bases for Sam Olson. Still 1 down here. Olson looking to do more damage, stepping in 1 for 2, 3 RBIs on a double earlier today. This one, backhanded grab in the dirt from Shoemaker to hold the runners there. Bases still loaded. One 0 pitch. Breaking ball in there, taken, strike 1. Davis back in the windup and the 1-1. Curveball grounded off the third baseman's body, keeps it in front, and they can't make the throw. I believe that's going to be another E5 on Vazepka. So that'll make it now 11-0. Base is still loaded. As Shahidi comes in to score, we'll go now to Javon Mason. Had a 3 RBI triple his last time up. He's reached base every single time he's stepped in the box so far today. Not to jinx anything, that's just impressive, making it 5 at-bats in a row. A 1-0 count to Javon Mason. As this one taken for strike one. One count. Davis with the delivery. Let this one ride a little too far inside. Ball 2. To the left fielder for those guys. Mason on deck. That's Aaron Mason. Javon at the plate. 4th pitch on the way, and it's a breaking ball, just missing there for ball 3. Tough game so far for Lonsdale. Dropping a close one on a come from behind. Past one from Fairmont. There's a 3-1 pitch to Mason, grounded right back up the middle. This could be 2. They flip to the out at second, and they'll get that one. Put away Olsen for out number 2. Doherty will come in to score, making it now 12-0 for those guys. Mason still reaches on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Aaron Cowboy Mason now, 1 for 2. Singled and drove in a run back in the first. He's looking to keep it going here. First pitch of the at-bat. Low and outside, and pops out of the mid of Schmaker for ball 1. Runners will still hold up at first and third. It's a 12-0 game now for those guys. In command of this one. There's the 1-0 pitch from Davis. Mason shoots this one in the air the other way. Hit high to straightaway right, but within reach. And Kluzasik will make the grab for out number 3 to finally put away those guys after 3 complete. It's a 12-0 game. We already got a new right-hander in the ball game. Alex Amaral out of Swick. Coming in to throw. Tyler Jacobson's day is done after 3 complete. Retired 5 with strikeouts. Only gave up 1 base hit, so another easy day on the mound for Tyler Jacobson. Top of the 4th, we got Alex Amaral coming in to pitch. Welcome back to Bancroft. We've played 3 complete here. Those guys leading Lonsdale 12-0. This may be the best they've looked all summer so far, and we got the left-hander Ross Beamer to lead things off. 2-3-4 due up for the Aces here in the top of the fourth. That pitch taken from ball one from the new right-hander out of Southwest Community College, Alex Amaral. And this one going to miss low and outside for ball two. Don't forget, we still got two more games for you to round out this weekend against the Austin Greyhounds. Coming to Brandcroft to take on those guys. First pitch right now scheduled for 2:30. Still might be some rain in the forecast, but got away from the showers today. In fact, they put it in jeopardy. That's why we got pushed back by all 2 hours. First pitch originally scheduled for noon between Fairmont and those guys. Instead started at 2, so we're playing a little late here tonight. This one missing for ball 4, as Amaral is going to put Beamer on base by way of balls here. A walk to start things off here in the top of the fourth. We go to Dan Turner at shortstop right now. Was this game's original starting pitcher. Struck out to Jacobson back in the first, looking for a little redemption. Amaral now working out of the stretch. Fastball inside part of the plate taken for strike one. Lights are coming on as the sun continues to lower here. Nice dusk feel at this beautiful retro ballpark here in Bancroft, Iowa. Can't say it enough. If you haven't yet, try to get a game in if you haven't already. And just take in this historic ballpark here, Bancroft Memorial Park. This one grounded towards Doherty at third. Races back to corral it. Throw to second in time, and Burkhart's just going to eat it. They get the out at second. And a fielder's choice as Turner will just switch spots with Beamer at first for out number one. Bringing up the cleanup hitter, Jack Skluzasik. A hard line drive out to left back in the second inning for now stepping in 0 for 1 for the right fielder. He's made some nice plays defensively so far this game, as Amaral is just going to hold on Turner at first. Might have gotten a healthy lead. Could also be looking at another right-hander, Luke Patzner, potentially later this game. The pitch. Missing up for ball one. 1-0 count now to the right-handed right fielder and cleanup hitter for Lonsdale. They have one hit, no runs scored, 2 defensive errors. Big swing and a miss that time for strike one. Looked like it might have been a slider or an outside fastball from Amaral. One count here. Amaral from the stretch. This one skips in the dirt. Lang try to come up and make a throw, but the ball skipped too far back close to the mound. And a good dirt ball read for Turner to take second. Ball 2 on the pitch, and that's a 2-1 count now. Fourth pitch, the at-bat, missing outside for ball 3. And the hitter's count now for Jack Skluzasik. 3-1. And the pitch. In there for strike 2, painting the corner low and outside. Good spot from Amaral, but now he's got to try to finish it off here. With a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Turner moderate lead at second. To the plate and hit towards Doherty at third. Line drive out for out number 2. Doherty doesn't have to move much at all to make the catch at third on a line drive for out number 2. Skluzasik once again with a hard hit ball, just right at someone to the left side. Go down to Devin Vazepka, third baseman. 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second. 2 away now. Runner still on second base. This one missing low, ball 1. On a 1-0 count. And this one in there for strike one. And this pitch low and away in the dirt for ball two. Two-one count now. The pitch. Upstairs for ball three. And we're all going to have to try to battle back once again on the verge of a walk. Three-one to the plate. This one crushed to deep left field. And Javon Mason on the dive. Did he grab it? No, it's down on a trap, but an all-out great effort from Javon Mason, and it's going to be an RBI single to score Turner with two down. And a nice piece of hitting there from the Lonsdale third baseman, Devin Vazepka, to get an RBI single. I'll bring up Trevor Schmaker, the catcher, number 58. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat, hit in the air to straightaway center. And Witzke there to make the grab for out number three. So the Aces put up their first run on one hit, one walk, and one runner left stranded to make it a 12-1 contest. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Those guys leading by 11. I believe in a 7-inning contest, a 10-run rule might kick in after the fifth. But then again, we are an independent team, not exactly playing in any league. So it could just be up to the coaches. Nonetheless, it's 8:02. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Those guys leading Lonsdale 12 runs to 1. Stepping in to lead things off once again for those guys here in the bottom of the fourth is Connor Lang, reaching base safely twice already in this one. 1 for 1 on a single and a walk. Lang also had a solid day at the plate against Fairmont. 1 for 2, reaching twice on a single and a walk there as well. This one grounded towards the shortstop Turner, and he comes up throwing. 1 pitch, 1 out already. 6-3 put out to retire Connor Lang. Back to the top of the order with Trevor Burkhardt, 1 for 3 in this one, 2 for 4 earlier. Overall, just a tremendous day offensively for those guys. First pitch of his at-bat, going to skip to the plate in the dirt. Brad Davis, the new pitcher for Lonsdale, coming in last inning. It's a 1-0 pitch now. This one just getting the tip of the bat on it and hit the other way. Foul. Strike one. So that should tell you just a little bit ahead. This one, curveball, hit in the air to straightaway center field. And they're there to make the grab. Center fielder Ross Beamer for out number 2 to put away Burkhart. 2 quick outs for those guys here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll go to the number 2 hitter, Tynan Shahidi. Walking twice already, stepping in 0 for 1. Couple of runs scored from him. You like to see that, just run productivity at the top of the order. Shahidi a little bit ahead of this one, couldn't quite hold back on the check swing. Fouls it straight back for strike 1. Got an 0-1 count to the right fielder. And painting the corner, low and outside, strike 2. On a curveball, 0-2 now to Shahidi. The pitch, this one, hit in the air and down in right center. Nice line drive as Shahidi gets his first base hit of the day. He's going to try to stretch this into a double. The throw in, no. Tynan Shahidi with a double. He's going to challenge the throw, and they don't get to it in time. It's a bang-bang play nonetheless, but a bold move base running. That's the 9th hit of the game for those guys. They had 12 earlier today, 9 runs scored. And after that, we'll go to Brendan Doherty, reaching base all 3 times safely so far in this one. 2 singles and a walk. 3 for 6 on the day overall. The pitch. Slow breaking ball cuts across the plate back in the zone for strike 1. Good spot. 1-1 on the count now to Brendan Doherty. Pitch on the way from Davis and crushed the other way down the line and left. And once again slices foul. And Doherty can really just show, even on that foul ball, that he can hit the ball with power very well to all parts of the outfield. Another crush ball from the big left-hander out of Bradley, a 4-year starter in the Missouri Valley Conference for the Bradley Braves. With 2 away, we got a runner on at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Doherty this time doesn't quite get such solid contact. He'll foul it away the other way. Wazepka tried to track it down in foul territory. Not within reach. One ball to 2 strikes still. 5th pitch of the at-bat. Low and outside, ball 2. Two. Left above the letters for ball 3. Lonsdale trying to get out of their first half inning in this one here in the bottom of the 4th without allowing a run. It's 12-1. Those guys ahead by 11. The full count, pitch, and in the dirt for ball 4. Doherty walks for a 2nd straight time and reaches for a 4th consecutive time. Arthur Sells steps in 1 for 2. A single, an RBI on a sac fly in his last trip up. 2 away, runners still on 1st and 2nd. See what Sells can do here. Davis still going from the stretch, and the first pitch of the at-bat taken in there for strike one. The inside half part of the plate. The 0-1 in the dirt outside, ball one. And this one missing high and inside. Sells ducks out of the way. And it's ball two. Coming right at Sells, a little bit of chin music there. Two one. This one crushed to deep right field. They're not going to track it down. It's down. Sells does it again. Set him up and knock him in. Doherty and Shahidi come in to score from second and third, and it's an RBI double. 2 RBIs on that one for Arthur Sells, making it 14-1. Almost haunting how we don't get a reaction from that. With 2 away, we now go to Chris Witzke, walking in all 3 trips to the plate in this game so far. First pitch of the at-bat, outside, ball one. And usually a 15-run rule would set in a 7-inning contest after 4. But we'll see if we get there. Still 2 down, a 2-0 count as that one's taken outside for ball 2 to Chris Witzke. The pitch. Swung on. Sky to the right side, and it's going to drift out of the ballpark. Witzke gets a second life here. Trying to bring home those runs. Two-one pitch to Witzke, and it's low and outside. Ball 3. Three-one hitters count to Witzke. The pitch bopped up again, but drifting out of play. We'll go to a full count now. Payoff pitch to Witzke. Curveball. He'll just get a piece of it fouled straight back. Three-two still. Witzke hits this one to the air to the left side and just foul. Witzke almost getting a full count base hit there. Sells rounding third hard. Just slicing foul by a few feet. That pitch outside, Witzke just reaches out, throws the end of the bat on it. That's a good approach with 2 strikes. If they're thrown away from you, just go with it. Three-two, Witzke grounded to the right side and grounded by the second baseman. First baseman dove, couldn't get to it. It's an infield single as no one covers first, and especially not in time to beat Witzke to the bag. He's just one fast player. He gets his first base hit this game. Fresh count now for Sam Olson. Hits this one in the air to straightaway center field. And it's going to be caught for out number 3 to finally put away those guys after 4 complete. The boys in blue lead 14-1. And we'll see if we'll get a 10-run rule, but already after 1 inning, Amaral out of the game. And another new pitcher in for Luke Patzner, right-hander out of Heartland Community College, coming into what could potentially be the last half inning. 6, 7, 8 coming up for Lonsdale. And here we are in the top of the 5th. Brad Davis, and actually make that, Brad Davis, 7, 8, 9 will be due up for Lonsdale. Luke Patzner, the new pitcher, as he gets 2 fastballs in there for 2 strikes, 0-2 count now. Patzner, a very strong arm out of Heartland Community College. This one fouled straight back. Still an 0-2 count here. Believe the 10-run rule may be in place here after 5 in a 7-inning game. It could kick in. This one grounded towards second. And Burkhart makes the play for out number 1 to put away Davis. 4-3 put out. That'll bring up Jordan Yetzer, the first baseman. Actually make that the left fielder. Got to get my bearings straight here. One way here, Patzner out of the windup. A fastball rifled in there for strike 1 of the outside part of the plate. The 0-1 swung on, just getting a foul tip for strike 2. Fastball past Yetzer. This one hit in the air towards left center, and it's down for the third base hit from the Aces of Lonsdale in this one on an 0-2 count nonetheless. Great piece of hitting there from the left fielder, Yetzer, standing in on first now to bring up Cade Redmond, the second baseman. This one fouled straight back for strike 1 into the net. 0-1 count now with 1 down. This one swung on and missed strike 2. Fastball blown past him on the inside part of the plate. Good pitching from Patzner. The 1-2, this one. Oh, that one would have been a little close. That one misses for ball 1. Redmond could have worn that one in the ribs hard. Patzner from the stretch. This one grounded to the right side. Pass Sells, and past Burkhart into right. Redmond has his first base hit on the game. Mark that up as the 4th for the Aces. Coming up for Lonsdale now. Back to the top of the order we go with Marty Kalina. Shortstop, where he started this game. Quite track him down where he's at now. Nonetheless, Patzner still looking for outs number 2 and 3. But he'll get strike 1 past Kalina. Could be an out at any bag out there, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, still 1 away. And if I'm not mistaken, a 10-run rule could be as this one. This bat just shatters in half. Olson will go to 2nd, and they'll turn to, and I believe that's going to do it here today at Bancroft. A shattered bat in half and a double play to put away Lonsdale. Well, that's a 10-run rule as those guys win 14-1 to go 2-0 on the day. Fairmont Splits goes 1-1, and Lonsdale 0-2, unfortunately. We'll see you again tomorrow right back here at 2:30, scheduled for the first pitch. But if otherwise, we'll let you know on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at @thoseguys_IA. And we will see you tomorrow for those guys taking on the Austin Greyhounds. Again, final score in this one. Those guys win it 14-1 over the Lonsdale Aces. My name is Mitch Kieran. Very happy to be calling baseball once again. Coming to you live from Memorial Park. See you tomorrow and have a great rest of your Saturday. Stay safe out there.